Hello, good morning. In the previous class, we have completed the three properties of the nucleus. First one is the mass, density, radius, and next one is the here in the today's topic we have continued the properties of nucleus. So in the today's class, we will see the topic that is the next one property of nucleus, that is the binding energy. So what is the definition of binding energy? This is the fourth one, binding energy. So we all know that the nucleus consists of large number of proton and neutrons. This is called the nucleons. Means the number of protons and neutrons togetherly called as the nucleons. The nucleons exert a short range nuclear force of attraction on each other. Nucleons means the number of protons and neutrons, and these two protons and neutrons attracts or exert a short range nuclear force of attraction between each other. When any two particles attract each other, the sum of their masses, when two particles, first one is we are taking first particle and this is the second particle, when these two particles attract each other, their combination is formed, and when separated, but sum of them when these two particles added, the sum of masses okay, means mass of first and mass of second become added. So when separated exceeds that the bound system, since the energy must be added to system to separate it into component particles. But when it is separated, so after separation we get the two individual molecules of the neutrons or protons, but the mass of means the mass of combined particle and the mass of individual particles become not equal, because when we are separated the two molecules, we attract energy, means we supply energy for the to get a subtract from each other. So that energy supplied for the bonding, that energy supplied for to leave the molecule individual. So for that the mass of combined molecule and the mass of individual molecules become not same. So that's why this energy is called the binding energy. Means when we supply energy of the to the molecules when we divides, so that type of energy is called the binding energy. So this energy is called the binding energy and holds the nucleons together to form a stable nucleus. Thus the stability of the nucleus is due to the decrease in mass of the constituent particles which combine to form the nucleus. We can define two types of binding energy. First one is the energy to divide the molecules. Okay, the energy supplied to divide the molecules or the energy supplied to bind the molecules. We can use binding energy two types. First type is the energy to separate the molecule or the energy to bind the molecule. Okay, so energy is this binding energy. First, energy supplied to bind the molecules, that means to make the stable nucleus. Okay, so thus the stability of nucleus is due to the decrease in mass of the constituent particles which combine to form the nucleus. So therefore, for the nucleus having Z proton, for the nucleus having Z protons and A minus Z neutrons, means each electron consists of Z proton and A minus Z neutron. Therefore, this N, capital N, is equals to A minus Z neutrons. Okay, capital means number of nucleus is equals to A minus Z neutrons. And assume nuclear mass. Assume nuclear mass that can be calculated in the last class, that is Z empty plus Zmn. So where this Mp and Mn, this M suffix P is the mass of proton, and this small m suffix N is equals to mass of neutron. So we can take neutron, so that's why we take small n, mass of neutron. Okay, so when we combine these, we get the mass of nucleus, that is the mass of nucleus. This is called the assumed nuclear mass, Zmp plus Zmn. Okay, so the real nuclear mass, denoted by the letter capital M and suffix N. Okay, the real nuclear mass is the capital M suffix N. So we see that this real nuclear mass, that is capital M and small m, is less than the assumed nuclear mass. This real nuclear mass is less than the assumed nuclear mass. Means there is a difference between two masses. Real nuclear mass, that is capital Mn, is less than the assumed nuclear mass, that is Zmp plus Zn. So that's why the difference in assumed and real mass, the difference in assumed and real mass, we can write this as a Zmp plus Zmn minus Z capital Mn. We can write this as a, that is difference Zmp. Here, sorry, one mistake is happened. Here the capital N. Zmp plus capital N and Z. Sorry, here not Z, it is the N. Capital N Mn. Sorry. This is the capital N. Zmp plus N small mn minus here Mn, difference between assumed mass. This is the real mass and this is the assumed mass. So this difference is the Zmp plus N Mn minus Mn. So this can be written as the delta M. That means the change in mass. Difference in mass we can write as a delta M. So gives the decrease in mass, and it is therefore the binding energy is given by B is the binding energy is given by, which has a formula, binding energy is equals to delta mc square. So we have the value of delta M, that is Zmp plus capital M Mn minus capital M into C square. Okay. So therefore the definition of binding energy, from the formula we can write the definition of binding energy. So the binding energy of the nucleus is therefore defined as the energy. Binding energy is defined as the energy required, or must be supplied to the nucleus, the nucleus, must be supplied to the nucleus to break it into its constituent nucleus, constituents nucleons. Okay, so this is the definition of binding energy according to formula. That means binding energy is defined as the energy required or must be supplied to the nucleus to break it into its constituent nucleons. Nucleons means number of protons and neutrons. So therefore binding energy can be written as binding energy is equals to delta mc square is nothing but this Zmn, or we can write first of c square Zmp plus, so here's the n, but this n is nothing but the a minus z, so we write here a minus z and mn minus capital N here c square. So this is the formula for the binding energy of the nucleus. In the next class we will see the average binding energy of the nucleus. Thank you.